What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now this is going to be your farm this today for Wednesday, May 20th. If you guys enjoy that, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comment section below. But alright, let's get into it, starting off with New York. Okay, so New York, we have Fenris at Wall Street. We have Gear System Mods at Liberty Island. We have Seska over Chon at Pathwick Park. Wyvernware at Stranded Tanker. And Grupo Sombra at the Tombs. Sadly, I would not recommend any of these. So let's go back to DC. Okay, so back in DC. Starting at the top, we have Camp White Oak skill attachments, Coney Island, Ballpark knee pads, Amusement Park SMGs, and Manning National Zoo we have body armor or chest pieces. Go down to the Pentagon, we have snipers at DARPA and Badger Tough at the Pentagon mission. Now, the Dark Zones. I highly recommend you guys farm DZ West. DZ West. It is AR's assault rifles. Now, the big reason why is that the Railplitter is DZ exclusive only. So, while you are farming for that, you could also go for the Pyromaniac, you could go for the Maniac, you could go, obviously, for the Railplitter. Let's see, I could give you guys a few options here. Alright, run to my stash. Faster, faster. Alright. So, some good example for you guys. Let's go Rachon. We have the Burnout, that is your named FAMAS. The Maniac is your named AK. Savage Wolverine. Shield Splinter, which obviously you can't get without the Hunters. Railplitter, here we go. So here is your Railplitter. Year 2, they got rid of Perfect Allegro and they put on, or not Perfect Allegro, Perfect Measured, and they threw on here Perfectly Accurate. So this thing is a laser beam. I don't know if you guys saw my Striker build from, I don't know, a week or so ago, but I used the Railplitter with Striker in PvP, and this thing is a laser beam, man. It's glorious. Another thing that's awesome is the Glory Days. I'm not sure if I've actually got a Glory Days on me. Let's see. Yep, here we go. With Perfect Nearsighted. Now this thing is also a laser beam, so you could look out for that as well. But the big ticket item for me is I need a godly Pyromaniac. I still can't get a godly one. So you'll probably see me in there trying to get a better Pyromaniac. But alright, back to the map. Alright, so that is DZ West. ARs. Big ticket item for today. Now DZ South is Wyvernware. And DZ East, again, Gear System Mods. Now, doing the light zone from west to east. You have Providence Defense at Federal Emergency Bunker. Shotguns at Potomac Event Center. Petrov at Roosevelt Island. Heraldi Holdings at Lincoln Memorial. D&H at Tidal Basin. You have assault rifles again at DCD headquarters. So all of those weapons I just showed you guys, you can farm them at this mission without going into the DZ. However, the Railplitter is only going to be in the DZ. So if you're farming just for that, you have to go into the Dark Zone. However, if you're just looking for a better Pyromaniac, you could just go to DCD headquarters. And then you have rifles at bank headquarters. Now that is your west side. Let's go to the east side. SMGs, Jefferson Plaza. Alp Summit at Space Administration. Murakami at Airspace Museum. Richter and Kaiser at the Capitol Building. Alp Summit again, American History Museum. LMGs at Jefferson Trade Center, so if you're still looking for a pestilence, that would definitely be a good place to pick one up. Backpacks at Viewpoint Museum, backpacks again at District Union Arena, and finally masks at Grand Washington Hotel. Now, if I were to farm in the open world, where would I farm? Personally, I would probably, I don't know. That's a tricky one today. I would probably go with Gilligard is always a good choice. Holsters, always a good choice. Fenris, if you want to use ARs. Gloves is always a good choice. 511 is slept on. Gear set items are always a good choice. And the rest are pretty much okay. Now, big ticket item, obviously DZ West. ARs, go get that rail splitter today. It's still viable. I remember when year 2 first hit, I was pissed off because it didn't have perfectly measured and it had perfect accurate and it wasn't the same. You know, you couldn't bump up those RPMs. But later on in year 2, you guys saw that they implemented the return of Striker, which gave you more RPMs. So even if you just put on 3 pieces of Striker gear, you can bump that RPM up over 1,000 RPMs. And all of a sudden you have the exact same rail splitter you had before without any sort of damage or RPM drop off. I actually am starting to think that the rail splitter is better in year 2 than it was in year 1, especially if you run it with Striker. But alright, you guys, that was it. These are just my thoughts, targeted loot, and